Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. In today's video, we are going to be recapping December of 2022 and resetting for January of 2023. So we're going to talk about my personal goals, our financial goals, where our money went, how much money we brought in, favorites, all of the things. So let's go ahead and start with my December reflection. So I once had my reflection in Notion, but because I'm back digitally planning on my iPad, I have it here on my iPad. So I'm going to pop it up here and we'll talk all about it. So let's talk about some high moments. I would say, well, I only have really one high moment. When I think of a high moment, I just think of when I was my highest self, like essentially on cloud 9 in any given month. And I feel like having my winter break and experiencing that at home with my family, with my husband, with my dog, with my mother-in-law, who, came to visit a number of times, with my friends. I just feel like this break from work was amazing. Not just a break from work, but just having a winter break at home with my husband, because we both work in public education, and just having time to spend with friends and family members was literally so fun. I think I spent, I don't know, let's say the break so far has been 2 weeks. We still have another few days to go. I've probably spent maybe like 5-6 of those days with some type of friend or family member, probably even more than that. My best friend even came down to visit for our Christmas party, which was the jump off for our winter break. So that was just very, and it was just amazing. I just can't even put into words how much time we spent with friends and family members, and that's kind of when I'm my highest self. So that was my high moment. For low moments, I did have a viral infection that ran into December. So it started in November after Thanksgiving, and then it ran into December. So I was sick for approximately 2 weeks, and obviously I'm feeling better now, but yeah, I was sick. That was annoying. I'm never sick. I never have really gotten sick. So to be sick was traumatizing. Also, I failed my clinical exam, you guys, which isn't funny, but I literally missed by 1 point. Technically, I needed 103 points. I needed to answer 103 questions correctly, and I was at 102. How wonderful. Not at all, because now I have to take it again. So stay tuned for that. A little salty about that, but not too terribly salty, because I feel like that just kind of means to me that when I take it again, I should pass it. Even when I'm taking this, I have no idea why I'm even going to be going down this path. It's just a path that was essentially forced upon me at my previous job, and regulations had changed, and so I had to pursue my clinical license. I had to be under supervision to pursue my clinical license, which I wasn't mad at. It's just that I also had to take classes. I've been having to study for this test, even though I've not studied one bit, not even a little bit. You'll see in a minute. Well, you probably see it now. I have not studied whatsoever. So if I study, I feel like I might actually pass, because the difference between me passing and failing in the future might just be me having studied and learned or remembered a few answers or a few different models or philosophies or whatever, and actually passing. So here's to studying, but I know I have a master's degree. I know I graduated from high school, undergrad, and grad school with honors, but trust me when I say I'm not a scholar. I want nothing to do with studying education. That's just not how I want to spend my adult life. I don't know what else to say, but it's not for me, but I'm going to do it because I want to pass, because this is it. Once I pass this exam, that's it. So fingers crossed for me. And then also, I've had a vitamin D deficiency for as long as I can remember. My vitamin D is trash. It's in like the severe low range. When I went to the doctor, that's the one thing that she was like, I need you to up your vitamin D milligrams or whatever. And so that's just annoying, but that's something that I'm gonna have to do. And then my favorite memories were the downtown tree lighting, going on one particular date night with my husband, which was the date night to when we went to go see a play. We went to dinner and a play. We also tipped the bill, which we'll talk about in a minute when we get to the budget part. We threw a Christmas party, which was our first Christmas party. It wasn't very Christmas-esque, but we did do some Christmas type things. So it kind of gave Christmas, but really I don't think it was any different from any other type of party. And then we went to see all the Christmas lights. We have continued reading Marriage Be Hard. One lesson that I learned was that we will always be remembered by how we treat others, especially strangers. And I feel like this resonated with me because my husband and I had gone out to eat using gift cards that we got for Christmas. And I recognized the teacher and I was like, oh my God, I think I know her. And she was looking at me like she knew me. And I'm like, I think we know each other. She was sitting down. I was on my way out. So I walked over to her and I'm thinking like, where do I know you from? I go to a lot of schools, you guys. I have 7 schools on my caseload. So I'm thinking like, she goes to one particular school. We don't work closely together, obviously, or I would know her and her name, but I know her from somewhere. And to make a very long story short, I still never figured it. I just talked to her as if I really knew how I knew her. But it wasn't until I think later that night, I was lying in bed. I'm like, okay, brain, we need to figure out where we know her, because we know her from somewhere, but where do we really know her from? And then that's when I realized that she is actually a teacher at one particular school. But the reason why I actually know her is because she also, I guess on the day that I go there, that maybe that happens to be the day that she stands outside and greets kids and people. And so I don't know if she does it every day because I only go there one day out of the week. But what I do know is that that's where I remember her. I remember her because she's super nice. She's super friendly. She's always greeting the children, as you know, most of us do, but she also greets other people. She doesn't know me. She doesn't know why I'm there. She has no idea about what I'm doing there. I'm just kind of like an outsider from the district office coming in to, and she doesn't know what I do. I don't have any of her, I don't see her any other time other than when she is greeting people at the door. And she's just so nice and friendly. And talking to her, she was nice and friendly. And that's kind of when I realized, truly, that's how we will be remembered, how we treat people, especially people who we don't even know. So that was like a pivotal moment for me. And let's talk about my habits. I didn't get great sleep because I've kind of been staying up later than usual. I mean, I'm on winter break. It's not that big of a deal. I knew that the second half of this was going to be trash anyway, because winter break started officially, I think on maybe it started, let's see, possibly, I think it started on the 16th. So I knew the second half of December was going to be literal trash for my habits and whatnot. So there's that. Exercise, not so great. Read literally once. Skincare was pretty good, actually. No alcohol, not so great. It wasn't anything major or anything, but I definitely had some sort of alcohol more days than not. Did not study for my clinical exam. Didn't do low carb enough to count it as low carb. I know what low carb means for me. Didn't do that a single day, I don't think. And I did take my medication. We're on the 31st right now. So basically I'll update this tomorrow on the 1st. So that's why you don't see anything here. While we're here, let's talk about my favorites. My favorite tech item has been my Apple Pencil tip. So this is my Apple Pencil. This is the tip that I absolutely love. And I'll have it linked down below, but it's not really pointy. It's kind of like, I want to say it's kind of like a ballpoint pen tip. Ballpoint pen tip. I want to say it's kind of like that because, I don't know, it's just, I love it. It's not too sharp. It's not too round. It's chef's kiss. So this pencil, just all in all, the case, the pencil, the tip, all of it has been my favorite, but especially the pencil tip. My favorite beauty item has been this mascara, which I just throw on one coat and then I'm about on my way. By the way, people are genuinely confused, especially my husband too, about my makeup situation because I've shared that I stopped using stopped using foundation in probably July or August of this year. So they're like, do you have on makeup? Do you have on foundation? Like, what's going on? Well, the answer is that most days I actually don't have on makeup, but some days I do, like today. And so today I have on concealer, which is in this area here. It is not any further than that. I have on a little blush, some highlighter, and mascara. And I did touch up clean up my brows. So when you clean up your brows, one remedy for this, or one way to do it, is to take some concealer and just like go underneath and below to kind of sculpt them kind of. And that's what I did. So that's what's happening today. Oh, by the way, I got these for Christmas from my friend and I love them. They're so cool. I think somebody handmade them. Anyway, I love them. My favorite lifestyle activity was my Christmas party with my friends. It was our first ever Christmas party. We gave away a number of gifts. It was just a fun time to get everyone together. Favorite leisure activity was going all over town to see the Christmas lights. Favorite food was this Oreo cheesecake that I had the other day, that I bought the other day, that I'm still nibbling on. Also, I linked up with my coworkers for a little coworker date the other day as well. So that's another, high moment type of situation. And then my favorite activity has been club hopping. We say that we're going to stop being chaotic in the next year, in 2023, and dial it back because we've been literally acting like lunatics in 2022. So that's the goal for 2023. But that is my monthly favorites. And I guess I reflected a little bit more as just now as well. So now let's talk about our December money. Okay, so I'm gonna screen share, screen record, whatever, and I'm gonna take you guys through this. So there's so much to talk about for our December finances, but let's just start with talking about our goals. So we did invest 15% of our paychecks towards retirement, which is a goal of ours every month. Is essentially like a task, is a no-brainer that it's going to happen unless we mess around with it. We also paid our monthly credit card bill, which we do monthly. We spend money, put money, swipe our card, our credit card, and then we pay off the credit card. So we always have a credit card bill. We did not add the truck to our auto insurance. Many of you know we do have a truck that we kind of got for free. It mainly has sat in the couple of years that we've had it. It's typically not working. Right now it is working, but it hasn't moved in literally months. So I'm not insuring a vehicle that just sits. It was originally insured, but then once it messed up the first time, I took it off. And so, yeah, no insurance for that truck. We did stick to our Christmas budget, which let's talk about a little bit about it. So for our holiday budget, I did a whole video and I put it on YouTube, on the tube. And so the only thing really worth mentioning is that we, for Christmas gifts, we were budgeting $500 and we ended up spending $200 on my mother-in-law and $150-ish on my husband's Secret Santa person at work. He was doing basically his first ever, I knew there was something bothering me. Yeah, he was doing his first ever Secret Santa gift exchange at work with the teachers. And one teacher, the name that he drew happened to be a teacher, an older lady who has really helped him in his teaching career. And so basically I decided to take over the Secret Santa gift exchange for him and to put my best foot forward. And so what I did, which is what everyone was supposed to do, was curate 5 different gifts, and Monday through Thursday an elf or a random student would take the gift to that person anonymously, and then on the 5th day, which was Friday, my husband or everyone else they were to take the gift, which should have been the big gift, and then reveal themselves. So the budget that they were shooting for was like $25, but because she's been helpful, because she even had Teacher of the Month. We only know that because my husband had Teacher of the Week, and we saw that she was Teacher of the Month. And because we don't really do a lot of Christmas giving, we try to, just kind of do a little bit more than, I don't know, we're in the giving spirit in Christmas, around Christmas, because we don't typically exchange gifts or buy a bunch of gifts. So it's just a way for us to seize the opportunity. So that being said, we spent about $150 on her. And then also I bought gifts for the Christmas party. Those were probably like $60, $70 for our Christmas party. We also tipped the bill. Well, we tipped our waiter $100 which was more than the bill, but he's so great. And we didn't know that we would get him, but we got him the day that we went out to eat for our date, and he's always amazing. So we just tipped him, and then I think that's it. Yes, so what we did the reason why we didn't exchange gifts, exchanging gifts isn't important to us. Our love languages are not exchanging gifts. In fact, if we never got a gift from each other at any point in life, it would be fine because it doesn't matter to us. So I took it as an opportunity to buy myself a pair of shoes that I've always wanted, and they are the Nike Air Max 97s, an all white pair. Got them on clearance for less than $100, like $95. And then my husband bought himself a pool table, which is kind of crazy. So that's what he did. Now, interestingly enough, he does not, he doesn't spend a bunch of money. By a bunch of money, I mean he practically doesn't spend any money. So I'm really proud of him for purchasing a pool table. And let's talk about this a little bit more, and then we'll talk about why we bought a pool table. So, stuck to our Christmas budget, completed Christmas shopping, adjust our investments for January. Well, we did adjust them before we met with our financial advisor, which we did in December, and then we adjusted them back. So we're going to stick to our regular amount, which is $2,000 per month. So typically, each month, we invest from our monthly income, our net income, $2,000 towards a joint brokerage and 2 Roths. $1,000 towards the joint brokerage, $500 each towards each of our Roth IRAs. But in December, we did not do anything. And that is because basically it was a lot going on with our paychecks, which I'll talk about in a minute. So we just skipped it. So it's not that big of a deal. We'll resume in January. We met with our financial advisor. We created our 2023 annual budget. By the way, I have a video on that. I already have a dedicated January plan with me, a January budget with me, and a 2023 reset video that you can check out for further info about our annual budget. I adjusted our January expenses for the paycheck gap that I'm about to talk about, and then we transferred money from Stash. So speaking of income, this is all jacked up. You can't really appreciate it the way that I would like for you to, but essentially I got 3 paychecks in January because I got 3 paychecks in December because I got the check that I would get in a couple of days at the beginning of January at the end of December. So therefore I'm only going to get 1 payday in January. My husband got his 2 typical paydays, and then I got a Christmas bonus, and my husband got a Christmas bonus, and then I had been saving or stashing $20 per week for the entire 2022. And then at the end of this year, I had about $1,000. And so I transferred that to our bank account. And the whole purpose of that, well, what I think I'm going to do moving forward is each year I'm going to keep doing that. And then that could be our Christmas money, or like a cute little Christmas bonus situation to ourselves. So for income, unfortunately, this is all out of sorts. So I'm gonna have to tell you what our income is from maybe it'll do it if I turn it sideways. No, it's still weird. So that's not really telling me much. So let me tell you what our income was. Let's go here. I'm in the same section of this little ad section over here. It's the add income section, but you can't really see it because this is jacked up. So our income ended up being $8,223.28. And for our expenses, they were, I'm having to go back out. They were $7,385.55. And we were expected to spend, we had budgeted to spend $7,440. So we're actually, crazy enough, under budget. So let's talk about where the money went. We pay our car insurance every 6 months on the 5th. So June the 5th and December the 5th. And we pay it in bulk so that we save money. And we save hundreds of dollars by doing this. Highly recommend trying to get into that rhythm if you can. So we paid our car insurance on the 5th for $954. We paid our car payment for $314. We paid our electricity bill at $93.10. We didn't have a phone bill. My phone bill is paid up until April because it's for a year. And then my husband's is paid up for 3 months, which I think his next payment is due in February. And I think I'm going to pay his annually as well. When I do the math, it doesn't really shake out there's no real savings whether I pay 3 months or 6 months or 12 months. And we have Mint Mobile if you want to check them out. $30 per month is what we pay technically if you do the math. I have a little credit because I got some referral credits. So if you saw in my annual budget, or my bill in January or in April, if I pay it in full, it's going to be like $270. I think it's going to be a lesser amount than 30 times 12, which I think is $360. I think that's the math. I think 12 months times $30 is $360. I could be making this up, but I'm not. It's $360. Mine is going to be $270 though, because I have some credits. So FYI, we paid our cable, which is Sling TV, for $40. Pest control, which is $46. Our mortgage, which is $1,520.99. We did not contribute any additional money towards retirement. Our water and sewer was $53.87. Internet was $60.80. Amazon Music, $15.99. Security for our home, $51.47. Life insurance for the both of us, $42.19. Pet insurance, $62.87. Netflix, $9.99. Shopping, $2,000. Nope. Oh, I just told you that all wrong. Did I tell you that all wrong? No, I didn't. I didn't tell you that all wrong. Just kidding. Shopping was $4,101. $4,119.94, which puts us $1,100 over budget roughly. And then savings, we are going to save $1,182.08. So that savings is actually just going to roll over to January, and it's not the amount of my paycheck, but it is going to help supplement the paycheck that I wouldn't get in January. So therefore, at the beginning of January. So therefore, whenever bills start to deduct, we'll be fine. So that's our situation. For shopping, we spent, technically what I did is I transferred money over. So from our monthly income, obviously, I mean, this looks a little different because we didn't put the money towards retirement. We put it towards shopping, and then we put the bonuses towards the shopping category as well. And we did a lot in December. I can't even put into words where all the money went, but it went a lot of different places. I just told you about the pool table. I told you about the shoes, the Christmas presents, the Christmas party, all of that. So I'm excited for January to hopefully bring about some, non-chaos. So anyway, that is that on that. Now let's go ahead and move into my December goals. Okay, so for my December goals, I wanted to take 2 personal days, and I already planned them out, one on the 3rd and one on the 19th, and I did that. If you're wondering why I would need to take personal days, it's because I like being around me and only me. I wanted to use social media less than 4 days per week. I am marking this off for the first half of the month. The second half was trash. I've been at home doing a little bit of nothing every day, and I'm on social media pretty much every day. Also, I've been exploring Instagram Reels, so I'm just on social media more. But I plan to, in January, dial that back. For family, we wanted to complete some home projects such as touching up the paint, decluttering the shop room, and purchasing an area rug. We didn't do any. We were trying to get a refund from our hotel. It's a hot mess. We got the refund credit technically, but now I have to dispute with Capital One. It's a mess, but kind of met it, kind of didn't. Only time will tell. For relationships, I wanted to do 3 Christmas activities with my husband. We did like 100, but we did do 3 at least. I wanted to schedule 2 friend or family dates. I had 2 scheduled, but we really did probably like 6, maybe even more. For career, I wanted to study for my exam, which I didn't do. I wanted to take the exam or pass the exam, which I took it, but I didn't pass it, so I didn't do that. Business, I wanted to secure 3 sponsorships because I already had one, which was through Mint Mobile. So I wanted to do 2 more. Didn't do that. I wanted to, for health, work out at least 15 times per my tracker. Didn't meet that goal. So there's that. So let's talk about our quarterly goals though, since we're here, and the quarterly goals have been for, October, November, and December. Since it's December, let's talk about these quarterly goals. I wanted to take 1 personal day per month. I did do that. I wanted to use social media less than 4 days per week. Short of the past 2 weeks, I did that. I wanted to complete home projects. I hung wall art. I reconfigured the guest bedroom. We decluttered our closet. And then that leaves us with declutter shop room, purchase area rug, and touch up paint, which we didn't do. We wanted to pay off $13,000 of debt, which would have been my husband's student loans. Well, yeah, $13,000, his amount plus the Ashley. So we did pay off our one credit card that we had, so that's gone. We did apply for student loan forgiveness. You know, that's the thing. So I don't know how it's going to work or if it's going to work. I'm not really counting on it, but if it does work, that's cool. And we did not pay off my husband's balance because still trying to wait on what is going to come of this whole student loan forgiveness situation, or if anything comes of it. But if nothing comes of it, we'll pay off my husband's student loan balance, but we're not going to do that prematurely. That's strange. For relationships, we wanted to host in-home events with family. We wanted to do 2 of them. We achieved that. I wanted to go on monthly friend dates. I literally scheduled friend dates with my friends. I only have 2 here every month. Did do that. For career, did take the exam, didn't pass it, did schedule it, did not complete any study questions, which is tragic. For my new job, or securing a new job, a part of that would have been obtaining my independent licensure, which I won't do until I pass the exam. Searching for and applying for jobs, did do that. I have job interviews coming up. Love that for me. Crush interviews, won't know until they are done. Accept new job offer, won't know about that. I did finish the beta testing for this digital planner situation. That's completed. Save for taxes, we have begun doing that, but you know, taxes technically aren't due until April, so not that big of a deal. For health, I wanted to lose 10 pounds by exercising 30 to 45 minutes at least 3 times per week, completing 6+ low carb days per week, and weighing in weekly. Well, my exercise is regular, so that's a thing, but I definitely did not do all the other things that would have aided in me losing 10 pounds. Therefore, no, I have not lost 10 pounds. So those are our quarterly goals. Let's talk about my January goals. So interestingly enough, my January goals haven't made it to Notion yet. They're on my phone in my notes. And they're on here because that's where I brainstormed my 2023 goals and intentions. So that's also where I brainstormed my January goals. So what I've done is I've taken the 2023 goals and broken them down into monthly bite-sized actual achievable goals. And I've also added in a few other things on here because some of my annual goals can't be broken down. So I'll explain more as we get into this. So in January, as a part of my annual goal to reach 20 to 25K followers on Instagram and 100K on YouTube, I'm going to publish 8 YouTube videos in January. I'm going to hopefully secure 1 YouTube sponsorship because I want to secure 12 in the year of 2023. And then I'm going to post 1 Instagram reel per week, which is actually my annual goal. For personal, in an effort to lose 25 pounds, which is like my major goal, I am going to exercise for 30+ minutes 4 times weekly. Other personal goals include securing a new job, finishing at least 1 book, which is probably going to be Married to Be Hard, visiting family or friends once, taking 1 personal day, touching up the paint in our home, which I have all the materials to do, just too lazy, continue decluttering the shop room, and reschedule my clinical exam, which I should probably do like ASAP. And then for financial, in an effort to save or invest or use $30,000 of our net income for the year towards our money goals, we plan to invest $2,000 in January towards our FIRE goal, invest $100 independently, which is technically the $20 per week that I invest with Stash. But when I did the math, actually there's only going to be 4 withdrawals in the month of January that are going to be automatic. So I may just invest 20, manually to hit that 100, or just leave it at 80. And then we want to invest 15% of our paychecks. And that is going to be all of our January goals. Pretty straightforward. So let's talk about, we're actually finished, but I want to talk about content planning for January and how I'm going to navigate that. So I just like throwing this in here every now and again for those who are looking to do this. you know, on the side or whatever you want to do. I do content creation on the side. I have not had plans in the past 5 years that I've been doing this to do this full time. Otherwise, I'd probably do a lot of things differently. But since it's very casual, very laid back, doesn't run my life, I just want to share with you my content planning goals and how I'm going to navigate that. So I guess I'll pop up something on the screen so you can see. So at any given moment, if I have a video idea or if someone shares with me a video idea, I immediately put it on my Google Calendar and I put it on the next available Wednesday or Saturday. I shoot to upload videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays, essentially a midweek upload and then a weekend upload. And that seems to tickle my fancy and work with my schedule. So that being said, like I said, at any moment, I'll just add the video idea to my calendar. So let's say like right now, I actually have all of January and February planned out and some of March. So if I have a video idea, I'll either put it in March, or if I'm like, you know what, this actually makes sense. Let's say it's a video about prepping for taxes. And I'm like, you know, this probably makes sense to do this sooner rather than later because tax time is approaching. So I might move that up and put it at an earlier time on my calendar and then move whatever is in its place, move it back to March. Hopefully that makes sense. So right now I'm planned out for January and February. And the videos that I'm planning to put out include a December monthly vlog, a financial reset for 2023, which is so funny because I put that on my calendar probably like a month ago because I do a reset for 2023. But then I was looking at it and I was like, when I saw it, I was like, I'm doing that. What even is that? But normally I put little notes in my event down in the description to jog my memory. But I'm like, well, I don't even know what that is. So the moral of the story is, if you're going to do this, try to put some little notes so you know what it is that you're trying to film, because otherwise you might look at it and be like, what is this? Anyway, also I'm planning to film like a 2022 income sources because I have added new income sources and I like to share that when I have new income sources, and also some business goals, videos about editing using LumaFusion, which is what I use, and creating a digital planner and being some productivity and organization hacks and such that I learned in 2022. And then of course my typical end of the month. There are 4 videos that I do at the end of the month. They are the next month's budget with me, the next month's reset routine, the next month's plan with me, and then I typically will put out a monthly vlog from the previous month. And those are always the last 4 videos of the month. So essentially, I always have 4 of the 8 videos already planned out. So I just have to throw in 4 other videos that I want to put in. That's how I'm basically planned out for all of January, all of February, and half of March. So I'm always halfway planned out for the month when it comes to content. Now let's talk about Instagram and TikTok in short form content. I've been dibbling and dabbling in Instagram Reels, especially because I've been participating in a year-long Instagram Reels campaign with Mint Mobile. So that's how I've been getting my feet wet with Instagram Reels. And I've been liking this, actually not that bad. So what I've been doing is doing like plan with me videos, short little quick plan with me videos, and putting them on Instagram, short little, you know, like weekly plan with me videos, daily plan with me videos, those types of videos, and turning them into Reels. And so my goal though is that I have 0 plans of planning out my Instagram content. Whatever comes of it will come of it. I've never planned out my Instagram content. I'm not going to start now. Whatever I feel like doing, I'm going to do. If I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to do it. If I don't want to get on Instagram for the day at all, or for the couple days or the week, I'm not going to do it. Now here's the thing, when you're creating short form content, which is apparently more popular now, I don't know, I'm not into it, but when you're creating it, it does make a lot of sense to post it on all of the short form content areas, which include TikTok, a big one, and then also YouTube Shorts. I've done that. So over the past month, I've probably created, you know, like 10 Reels or something. I've posted them on Instagram, I've posted them on TikTok, and then some of them, maybe like 2 of them, I posted in YouTube Shorts. I'm not a fan of short form content, so I don't think it's going to be something that I'm prioritizing. I'm just not that interested in it. I do see the beauty in it because, I mean, technically, I guess it depends on what's being shot, but in my experience, I could shoot a little quick plan with me right now, a video in like a few minutes and edit it in a few minutes. Whereas this type of content takes longer to prepare, to do, to edit, all of that. So I get how it could be a thing. I know people make a lot of money doing it and whatnot, but the moral of the story is that I just wanted to share how I plan my YouTube content, and then also what my plan is going to be in 2023, which, like I said, I'm probably going to create some short form content to post on Instagram. I might post it on TikTok, but I might not. So it could be a thing, it cannot be a thing. But that's how I like to navigate my content. And the reason why I'm sharing it now is just to share that I'm already planned out for January and also for February and half of March. But I like to sit down when I'm doing these videos or prepping for them or at the end of the month and make sure that I'm ready to go for January's content. Again, it could change. I might switch up the dates. I might switch one video that I was planning to film in January and throw it in February and put a new idea in for January. But for the most part, at the end of the month or as the month is going on, definitely by the end of the month, I like to sit, look at my Google Calendar and see what videos I have coming up. So I think I'm gonna film the videos that I have on here. I feel like that's fine. I don't know. The how to be more organized and productive is a little debatable because even though I have it all mapped out and I've learned a lot of organization and productivity tricks and tips in 2022, it definitely is the one that is a little, it doesn't really excite me. I like for my content to excite me, because if I'm creating content that excites me, it's probably going to excite someone else. But more importantly, I feel like even if it gets 2 views or whatever, it's still something that I'm proud that I created. And therefore I don't feel bad about views and all that stuff. I don't bother with any of that. So that is actually it for this video. I actually have like a reset routine outline and it looks like I've covered everything. I'm double checking because I'd hate to end this video and I haven't covered everything, but it looks like we're good to go. So that is going to be it for my December recap and my January reset. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new and if you're liking what you're seeing, and most importantly, if you want to help your girl get to 100,000 subscribers, because I feel it in the air. Let me know if you know that song in the comment section. If you do, we can be friends. I feel it in the air that 2023 might be the year that I hit 100,000 subscribers. I can't dictate that. I have no real idea, but I'm so close. So it could potentially be it. So if you like what you see, subscribe. And I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye guys.